Welcome, everybody, to another episode of Circle of the Earth Fellowship. We're doing the part two to the quote unquote the great um, shape of the Earth debate. Um, gosh, it was a hard one last time because we listened a lot to Duffy, and so we had to constantly stop it to just talk about all of the ridiculousness things that he would say. Welcome, Travis. Welcome, JJ. Good to see you, brother. Always good to see another bear. But, anyways, just all the ridiculous claims that he made. And so we're going to be getting into Sean's part. And then from Sean's part, we'll get into the cross exam. So that's where we'll probably get a little bit more spicy. But before that, as always, let's go ahead and say a hello to those who are on the panel today. And switch this over. Ooh, almost hit the wrong one. Sweet. So we got our dear brothers Frankie B as well as Aetherial Creations with us today. Good to see y'all. Let's jump over to you, Kyle. How you been, brother? Shalom. Married and being a dad. Well, yeah. Yeah. And you saw the Blue Origin, the whole girl thing. Did you see how it totally, like, if you flipped upside from Truth is Stranger Than Fiction? Oh, you can't hear him. Thank you so much. Okay, dude, I did it to you again, Kyle. I'm sorry. Now
Sorry.
everyone can hear you.
Yeah, it's all right. That's great.
It's always the first one. It happens to everyone. It's not just me, guys.
All right. You know what I said is cool.
Yeah, no,
Uh,
that's awesome, bro. I'm glad to hear that you're doing good and getting adjusted to life in Utah and being married and all that jazz. And yeah, with this stuff, with this debate and the recent stuff, like the first time anyone's ever orbited the globe, even though they show us like satellites. Oh, satellites don't count. We're talking about a human being, like, y'all have been in space since 1969 and y'all are just now doing that thing.
and recording it, but they're not. And it's like that's the thing is like in this day of technology, you've got like the Blue Origin you were just talking about before. Like how many different cameras and angles were supposedly there watching the takeoff, and how many camera angles were actually like in the rocket
None.
itself, and
Not until they started falling. That's when you got their reaction.
exactly.
So
And
many
so it's
cuts
just
and stuff.
right.
Will from Truth is Stranger in Fiction, I didn't even, I saw the video or whatever, but I didn't even notice. But if you flip their symbol upside down, it literally looks like the goat head pentagram.
Agreed. Yeah, absolutely does, without mistake. And I just think it's kind of funny how, like, there are some people who would back this in a heartbeat for some weird reason, but most people are not buying this. Like, even mainstream media sources are like, oh, there's a lawsuit between Katy Perry and Jeff Bezos and deception, and the other girls want out of it. And it's like this whole entire drama thing. And I don't even know if these events are fully like they're played out intentionally for us. It's this sort of they can. I think you're muted.
It's like they let you peek behind the curtain. Like they set it up for you to peek behind the curtain so that they can like give you
Send in
more disinformation.
Yeah, exactly. Or to send in some type of other like savior figure to like get out of this, like they
Mm-hmm.
throw these people under the bus and then lift these people up as if they're, you know.
Yeah, and
So
there.
I find it funny that like most news streams aren't even willing to back this as real, and there are certain people we're probably reviewing right now who, without a second doubt, would just be like, "Yeah, that's real. They told us it was real. It's real."
Yeah.
And then it's yeah.
It's
Anyways,
it's crazy, man. It's really crazy with all the things, and I think Will made a good point in his video where he was talking about um, how the system like I remember now. The door was open and then they shut it and then they came back and like unlocked it with a key, right? Like they needed a key to open it, but when you saw in the frame it was already open and then you see them shut it.
a pressurized latch. If you look at like airplanes, how those doors are shut from the outside, and like it's a whole kind of process there. I mean, it's not too difficult, but it takes a crank mechanism to lock that down that someone has to do from the outside. And there's actually audio from that, and Jeff Bezos is like, "Oh, you didn't actually shut it all the way." And it's just like, I mean, he's such a nerd the way he
Yeah.
talks. But yeah.
Sweet. Well, good to see you, brother. I know you're excited to talk about this because it's at least entertaining to make fun of Will because he's like, gosh, man. Okay, I don't want to go into any ad homs, so I will jump over and I'll say welcome to my brother Frankie B. How you doing, man? It's been a while. Good to see you though.
Doing great, hanging out with the boys from Utah, baby. So yeah, I'm looking forward to this. I wasn't involved in part one, but I'm glad to be here for part two. And yeah, anything with Katy Perry, it's a psyop. I mean, for crying out loud, I mean she's part of the system.
Dude, she literally admitted to selling her soul to the devil. So, like, how
Oh yeah,
else more could you be part of the system? Like, there's no one who just says that, like, says it like it's real, and then at the same time does all the evil things, but then didn't actually do it. You know what I mean?
Like telling you straight up, and then I mean she's not held liable in that sense if she does. So
Yeah.
I don't know.
it's kind of funny. Richie, I just noticed Richie from Boston put a video up. This realm has been overrun by the devil. It's kind of crazy. And now Richie's a flat earther. He's kind of come into the community, so that's a good thing. And he's a good truther. I remember when the beer bug hit. He was one of the first people I seen kind of expose it and everything. So yeah, it should be a good show. Excited, glad to be back. And any update on Marsha?
She's going through her treatments. I have not heard kind of since then. I also didn't want to kind of, keep at it. I feel like they know that I want to know. So if there's information, good or ill, like I would hope that they would tell me. I'm assuming they would. So, I know it's probably a hard process for the whole family. So I don't want to be there kind of picking and saying, hey, tell me. So, but she's definitely been in my prayers, and I look forward to seeing her. So,
Yes.
well, sweet. Oh, one thing I did want to say to what you were saying, Frankie B. What were you saying there at the end? I'm trying to remember.
Richie from Boston.
Oh, I was gonna just say, like, I don't mind the flat earthers that we've lost personally. Like Alex Stein didn't care, Jaron didn't care. So it's like all the people that I don't think are good for the community, they kind of showed themselves out. Whether that was to shill or not, it's like whatever. Now I don't have to hear their input, in the kind of weird ways they were. Like everyone, like Jaren, you know, wants to use the Bible, but then he hates God. You know what I mean? Like he openly has disdain for God, but then as a flat earther, he wants to attach himself to people who do use the Bible and are believers. And I'm not saying, like, don't get me wrong, like no one's beyond, you know, like saving, right? But to a, you know, at a certain point, it's like, you know, so I'm glad it's they're kind of out of the community, and I'm glad more people are coming, right? And so, like, even huh?
Especially since the Blue Origin launch.
Yeah, and Candace Owens, she's for years. She says space is fake and gay. Like, awesome. She's big, right? Like, so I think, and she's like, to me, like, I don't agree with everything she says or anything, but I think as of like a political pundit or whatever, she's one of the more trustable ones out there. But anyways, yeah, let's get into it, guys. So no more, without further ado, let's get into the stream. So let me pull
Are
this
you going
up.
to share your screen?
Yes, sir.
Are you going to put it up on the...
Yeah, it's coming up in just a moment. Make sure I'm sharing audio. Perfect. All right. Pull this up. Go ahead and make it full screen.
And arguments, I will now put you. And arguments, I will now put you. Thin. Before Q&A, the earth dimensions and want to get and last question as in gray chat. The earth dimensions and want to get and last question as in gray chat.
Just making sure that we are